Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. And it's kind of lunchtime right now on the East Coast. Anyway, hey, it is We Team HR Wednesday here on the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. And I wanted to share a little bit. I had an idea, and I'm going to probably give it next week as well on how to up your career and things like that. But I wanted to talk about joining a team and what to look for in a team and some of the things that helped me over my career. And it's a win-win situation from a team perspective. And what I'm saying is that you want to look for a team that's going to let you do more than just one thing, something that's not going to pigeonhole you into one area, whether it be back end coding, front end coding, testing, maybe front end work at a coffee shop or a restaurant, or maybe prep cook, or maybe just sales, maybe just marketing, maybe just accounting. Um, it's important to understand a little bit of everything and learn as you go and what you really want to design. And why do I say it's a win win? The more people on your team that have a little bit of different knowledge, different areas of the company or the business or what you're doing, the better off everyone is. Because what if someone's sick? What if someone's absent? Um, there's lots of things. We all get cold, and it's coming to the fall. And I notice all of my kiddos I'm teaching is that they all got colds. And that reminds me, I have to bring tissues in for school. You got to supply your own tissues when you're a teacher. Um, so and you don't want people coming in work sick if you work in a restaurant, right? So they don't want them there. So you need to have the ability as a team to be able to move people around or have people open to trying some new things. And some people are very particular in what they want to do. Like, I only do this, I only do that. Well, the problem with that is that when you only do one thing, is that in tight times or when they really need you, you're not able to help them out in other ways, which may be that more valuable to the team and to yourself. Think of it this way. If one day, a little bit, you all you do is practice front end coding, and all you knew was HTML. However, there's back end work, there's database work, there's other things you could do. By knowing those other avenues and what it takes, a couple things happen. One, it makes your services, your skills more marketable if you have to go find a new job. Two, it gives you a better understanding of how other aspects of the team work so that when you do your part of the team, you have a better interaction between or integration between what you're doing with other things, because you kind of understand more what they're doing and what their concerns are so that you're better prepared for the transition. Where I find teams don't work very well is no one understands what the other one does and how better utilize their capability. I had one team years ago. I had an ETL specialist that could uh, extract, transform, and load data from a database system, and I had a front end person. And the front end person didn't realize that the data person could build some views of data so that the data would pop up quicker on the screen. And all I had to do was ask, and I finally got them to work together a little bit. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't have to write the code in the front end code to do what I want to do. I could just post up the view from what you had. And it made their jobs, both of them, very much easier because it was easier for him to create a view than it was for the front end person to write some complicated HTML to display some data and grab it from millions of different places. And it worked quicker, right? So in that case, once they both understood how each one was working, it made it go faster. Same thing for a small business. You know how the prep cook works versus a cook versus a waitress or a waiter or a hostess, let's say, in a restaurant. By knowing the different aspects of the job, you know how to help them position customers in a way that they can get served quicker and better, right? And you know what needs to be asked for when you offer. Maybe by knowing what's available in the cooking and the prep cook, you can offer new little twists to food or something like that that you're offering your customer. Or in your service business, what makes sense, right? Understand the marketing, understand social media, understand sales, understand the product, right? What is being sold so that you have a better understanding of the mission and the goal of the business. But why? So these are all these win-win situations. Everybody wins in that. And what I really want you to look for is when you do join a team, be careful. Because like when I was a young engineer, a lot of the jobs I could have worked at one of the big name air defense corporations, stuff like that. But the first job I would have got was probably building a fastener, like designing a fastener or designing one little aspect, designing a lever. I mean, that's what they would give the new engineers. But I ended up working for the Navy Department, and I got to see all kinds of stuff, right? Some days I worked with gears, some days landing gear, sometimes with engines, sometimes with propeller. It just depended on what it was that was coming down the line, which gave me a broader base of understanding of a lot of aspects of the job, which allowed me to progress in my career. So when you start out, look for places, or when you're looking for a job, I mean, maybe you're towards the end of your career and you just want to do one thing, fine, then do that one thing. But if they need you to do more than one thing, be flexible enough to do that, or don't join the team, right? So you got to look at how the team is designed. When you do the interview, you're talking to ask about the team, right? And this is an HR Wednesday thing. And how do you work as a team? Inquire about the team before you take the job. Like, how do you work? Does everyone work in the front end? Like, if you're in development, does everyone do front end work? Does everyone do back end work? Do you assign things? Do the testers only test, or do the testers actually help with code, or do the developers actually help with testing? Right? It's good to understand all that, and I'm saying this because if you're inquiring about how the team works, shows a level of interest and understanding of what you may be looking to do. And it's just asking, well, okay, that sounds good. I would love to do that, Or maybe you don't want to do that. And you maybe acknowledge that, like, oh, that would be something I have to learn on. Or as you ask these questions, you learn, oh, I don't know enough about the back end side. Maybe I should take a class on LinkedIn or something like that, just familiar myself with some back end. Or maybe it's AI generated. Oh, maybe I should work on my AI skills, just practicing it find out what they're looking to do. And also, are they looking to incorporate AI? Maybe you can be an AI expert and you're part of the service, right? So, and every job can do that. So, even if you're a small business or you're a developer or you're someone practicing Scrum, right? You can learn a little bit of AI in your background of what you're doing. How can I use AI to help me do my job better, right? You can combine all that stuff. But look for jobs that'll help you grow over time, that you can leverage what you learn in different areas in the job. Because the deeper, like I say, if I was going to be a PhD, right? And I was going to study something, then I want to be the best at being that specialty as possible. And that's how PhDs go up, right? They become the expert everyone goes to for their facet of their job. However, if I wanted to be building something from scratch, you need to know more about more stuff and more areas to put it all together to sell to the customer, right? So you got to think of it that way. What you want to do? Do you want to be a PhD, which is totally legit? Go study that, be an expert in that, right? But also don't get upset if you go looking for a job. Hey, there's no jobs in my particular area because you narrowed it so narrow on your expertise that you can't do it. That's like Scrum. If all you know is Scrum, but you don't know Kanban, or you don't know Safe, or you don't know Less, or you don't know other things that are coming down the pike that are here, that have been around for a while, then you're limiting your capability and what you can apply for. Because sometimes you don't know which model fits, which framework fits best with that organization. Some people will say different things, but it's good to know. Or if you're a PM, if you want to be a project manager and you don't know Scrum and you don't know Kanban, definitely Scrum, then you need to learn Scrum, right? Because that is a tool in your toolbox from what you could do. Now, as you look at it, if I know Scrum, I get to learn Scrum, or hey, I'm going to be a PM. What kind of teams do you have? Are they all waterfall teams? Are they Kanban? Are they iterative? Are they Scrum? Is there a mix? Would I be working with teams that do a little bit of both or all of it? And is there opportunities to grow and learn in that group, right? And find out how their practices work. Things like that. They like that. They like the curiosity that you ask relevant questions. Like if you're going to be a manager, know how the teams are built. Well, what are the teams looking like? What are they going to do? If you're gonna apply or hire someone for your company, I would ask them, are you open to learning different things, or you just like to do one thing and one thing alone? And sometimes that's what you need. But you know what? If they only do one thing, unless that one thing becomes like super valuable, like AI, um, they can't expect like huge pay raises every year, right? Because they got to bring in things that make it better. Now they could, depending on how much money it brings in. I'm not saying they won't, but anyway, I wanted to share that with you. But look for teams that allow you to try different things, that give you a diversity and your knowledge and background so that you can use that to help you in your career, open up more doors, more potential, and also help the team by diversifying what you contribute. If someone can't make it, and this is where the team part comes from, you can kind of substitute why they're out. Maybe they're out for a day or two because they got a cold, right? It's the fall. Kids went to school. Everyone's catching a cold based on the kids. Maybe I can test for a couple of days. We don't have to not do any testing. I can substitute. I'll run some tests or whatever. Just show me what you need to do. I'll do it. But if you already know that as you work, you will know what to do, right? So look for those teams that offer that diversity in what you're going to practice and skills you're going to learn. Unless you do want to just do one thing. If you just want to do one thing, fine. I can't guarantee you career development in different areas of organization. Because I'll be honestly, sometimes teams don't want to have to retrain you or have you understand new things. They kind of want you to know a little bit of everything so they can put you in there and you can find your way with the team, right? So think about that when you build a team, when you ask about a job, when you're looking at your career, you're looking to join a new team, or you're in the existing team you're in. Maybe you can know, hey, is it okay if I practice some testing? Or can you show me what you do in testing? Show me how I can do that. Maybe you can take something they used to do in testing. Like we've had people that would develop these automated code suite or automated test suites. And we would take the automated test suites and we apply it to what we do in development because they wrote some automation code like to populate the customer information for a particular way. And it would happen instantaneously versus the developer typing in the name. I gotta type the name in, right? But because they learned how the automated testing people worked, they wrote their own automated test scripts to plug in the data in the code. So that's just something I'm going to share today. If you're up for it, look for organizations that offer a lot of diversity in what you can do for the team. And then when you get the opportunity, take advantage of it, right? So that's what I'm going to offer today in our We Team Wednesday HR session that we do on the show. I hope you find that helpful. If you need any help, let me know. I do coach individuals on their career. I coach teams on how to build more agile, proactive, more profit-making teams. And I help coach corporations or small, medium-sized businesses how to generate more revenue. Part of it is this cross-training. With that, it also takes pressure off the owners of the business. If they don't have to do everything at once, there's other people going to do some of the jobs. Anyway, take care, everyone. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. And take care. All right. Bye.